Right then folks, I hope you can hear this. I'm using my camera off my phone. So we're going to crack on with this figure that we've already started. So what we're going to do in this video is do the plate metal, the sword, the boss and the rim of the shield, and we'll do the mail later on. So for this I'm using the Duncan Rhodes paints. So if I get in the way of my hands, I'm sorry, it's just the way I've had to set the camera up on the phone. So first things first, we're going to use Surcoats Silver. So I've got this camera as well now, this phone, never mind. So just gonna undo this. As you can see, the amount of rubbish that you get in the lid. That's the only problem with these paints. Other than that, they're not bad paints. It's just annoying that they're very expensive, unless you drop on them at a good price. That all this happens with them. It's most annoying. So right, here we go. I'm going to try and keep this in focus where I can. So we're going to start with the helmet, and in between this ornate stuff I'm going to drop in this first colour, which we said earlier on is Surcoats Silver. So I'm going to try and leave the raised stuff for doing the brass, bronze or goldy colour. At this moment I'm going to try my best not to get any on it. It doesn't matter too much, but it would make it easier on yourselves if it doesn't go heavily over the top of what you're working on. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out and how volume's going to turn out on this, because I can't get my microphone plugged in with the situation, because the bit I need to plug into is hidden by the arm I'm using and the way you have to rig the phone up to use the camera. So like always, just trying to keep neat if possible. When you get down near the bottom here, try and keep a steady hand, because I've done it the way where I've already done the base, so I have to try and keep everything steady. Do the outer rim part of it. And there you go, that's that bit done. We'll do the blade. I'm actually using this stuff off a wet palette at the moment. I hope I'm keeping it in shot. If I don't, I apologise. I'm actually sat and painting a position that I don't normally do. It's not 100% comfortable for myself, but if I put the camera anywhere else, I'm going to catch it, or the phone anywhere else, I'm going to catch it with the I'll wear like a magnified thing on my head. It's quite big and clumsy, so I have to be careful. So there we go. That's the plate done. I want it. So we have to wait for a little while for this bloody thing to dry. So, I think everything's in shot. If it didn't, like I said, I surely apologise. I'll just give this a shake while we're waiting, so I apologise for the noise. I like to get this wash nicely mixed. It is good wash. You can see teeth marks in the cap. I've had to try and undo it. It is a good wash, and it dries a lovely matte finish, like the original Games Workshop ones used to. So hopefully the metalwork will be dry now. So what I'm going to do is use an old brush, and obviously wash over the top. I'll put this on a wet palette. You don't really have to, you could use it like normal, straight off something, without any moisture. I've just done it for easiest. It will still stain and make a shadow, or shadow recess. So I'm not too worried at the moment. Just thins it out a little bit. So over the blade. There we go, a little bit there, there's a bit too much on, so I'll just use the brush to take some of that off. So it's just a matter of getting this to dry. I'll wait for this to dry. Hopefully it shouldn't take long because I'm near the radiator. Usually give it 15 minutes to half an hour for it to fully dry. What we'll do is I'll show you how to do the male. We'll put the other one on this figure. So we'll use that Zercoat silver. You can use the Games Workshop, is it bolt gun metal, and that triad. I've just got a little bit on my brush, just washing over, well, not washing, but using this brush to dry brush over the male. Might as well do the blade while we're at it. On this blade there is some scroll work, so that should hopefully come out. I'll do shield rim on this. Might as well do it while I'm doing the other one. Gonna kill two birds with one stone really for the video. I can do the mail and the plate now at the same time. Probably just gone out of shot then. Sorry if I have, but I need to get the right angle to get my brush at. So that's that. For mail, I just do it slightly different. I'm now going to use plate armour. So while I'm at it, I might as well do the mail on this. So again, all it is a matter of getting some on your brush, not too heavy, and work it over the mail itself. Try not to put it on too heavy. I have in places just now, but you can rescue it with the method I'm using. I think the wet palette's just slightly too moist, but you could use a bit of kitchen roll and dab the brush on that to get rid of a lot of the moisture out of the paint that you're using. But yeah, so there's the mail, first part of the mail on that wash is starting to dry nicely. So we use the next colour now, which like I said is the Tooth & Coat's plate armour. I think the other one's Runefang steel. It's the next one, GW from Bolt Gunmetal. No, it's Ironbreaker. Sorry. I'm actually going to get some kitchen roll at the moment for this bit because I don't want this going on too heavy. So I put some on my brush, just dab a lot of the moisture off, and along the bottom part, top area, you see where it bulges there, and along that bulge there, and there, and there, and along there. I am quite rushing this so I can get the video done, which is not good really, but it's just to give you a taster of how I do things. So it's on the higher bits, on that bit, you'll see on the figures, you'll see where it's higher ridged. I just try to do it on there, and then towards the bottom of the mail around this bit. So that's that bit done. Then you've got Mithril blade and the Games Workshop equivalent is Runefang steel. I hope the volume on this is good. Here we go, another stuck one. How to naff your teeth up in one go. Yeah, some of these you've really got to give a good wash, shake to, If you don't use them for a while, they go quite separated, so just be careful, make sure you give them a good shake, folks. So again, just a little bit towards the edge and the high bits on the figure. Again, I'm just slightly touching. You won't see a difference, but you will when it comes to the wash going over. I've come totally off the camera there, folks, sorry. And that's gone on a bit heavy, which is a bit annoying. Hopefully all this can be rescued. So there, the males had the 3 levels. This to do different, bit more of the what's it called, Oblivion black wash, which is same as Norn oil. But I would say this one dries matte. So what we do now, get some on the brush and just wash over the metal, or the male, sorry, because we've already done the metal with just the base colour and the wash. I'm hoping this doesn't get too long a video, but we shall see. So that's the male washed over. You'll see probably a difference in that when it dries. And on this figure we haven't washed over the steel plate or the sword, so we'll just do that. So that can be drying as well as doing the male. That's what I would normally do anyway if I was painting for myself. On the shield rim as well. So we just put that to one side. Oh, now, sorry. Now we'll go over the male. Just washing it. Making sure some of it stays a little bit thicker, where it should be deeper. There we go. Right, so we go back to the plate still on the helmet, sword and shield rim. So we take that again, the Tooth and Coats plate armor. This has gone onto my wet palette. So it's sort of like stippling it from the top down and then leaving it dark at the bottom. You probably can't tell the difference at the moment. It is a bit difficult to show. So I paint in the shield rim, leaving the stud work where possible. Just try and go up close to it. And this is the only problem. I've got to work out a different way for painting so you can see what I'm doing, because some of the figures are getting obscured by my fingers and thumb. But hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So that's the shield rim done. Shield boss. Try and work from the top down to leave some shade on the underneath. Hope you can see that. Then the sword, I work from the base of the blade up, and again here trying to leave a bit of dark in the center. Then the edge, cross guard, leaving the recess untouched. Then the pommel, I work that down to the bottom end, turn everything over. Like I did on the other side for the blade. Cross guard. Down there, like that. Then for the steel plate, which will be the helmet, I'll go back to the mithril silver, or mithril blade as it's called in this. Now I'm going to use this quite sparingly, to be fair. And what we're going to do is go and use this more to the crown of the helmet, and don't come back down no lower than sort of halfway. So we see, you probably won't tell the difference in colour on this, so till it gets other colours around it. Now what I do now, just to give a bit of punch to the shield rim, I'll just try and touch the top edge a bit, sort of coming around halfway, and then, you know, not halfway on this side, touch the top of the central boss, and where possible, if you've got a decent point on your brush, just touch top, or just the rivet itself. Just go nice and steady, try not to overload your brush, keep it to a good point, and just do a small touch with your tip on there. So notice I've not used this mithril colour, mithril blade, because I want to give the blade edge a bit of a punch. Now I can't remember whether this is the silver from Foundry Paint or a silver from Coat d'Arms, but it's really nice. How can I put it? Well, you'll see it make the blade pop a bit. So I'm going to use a bit of that, put it on a wet palette. This is quite a thickish paint, but really are good paints, to be fair. And what we're going to do is run this along the top edge of the blade, and I start from the tip, just bring it down. Again, you possibly won't see this till it's varnished or till there's more done on the figure. And again, there we go. And that is how I do plate metal, swords and mail. So I'll try and give you a close-up, folks. I hope that was all on camera. So there you go, that's that bit done, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers, bye.